And it says going live and 1, 2, you're live. Hello and welcome to another day in the Milky Way. We're right about on time. We thought we were going to have lots of problems, but we got them all fixed in the nick of time. Yes, by gosh, here we go. Going live and 1, 2. Okay, ISBE, you got to shut the other one off. You got to shut your speaker off. We're right about on time. We thought we were going to have lots of problems, but we got them all fixed in the nick of time. Yes, by gosh, here we go. ISBE, you gotta shut your other stuff off. The other one off. You gotta shut your speaker off. We're right about on time.
Yeah, I got two speakers on, don't I?
Yes, shut your speaker off.
Wait, no, it's on two.
Yes, you got to do something there. All technical difficulties, people. There we go. There we go. Oh, okay, don't worry, people. ISBE's getting this stuff together.
I got 3 different accounts.
Don't worry about that now. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another day in the Milky Way, as crazy as it might be. And my co-host ISBE. Thank you for coming. And we're going to read the Lost Book of King Og. You want to say anything to everybody? Yeah. Are you going to greet everybody? Hello, ISBE.
Hello, everybody.
There you go. Look straight into the camera. Look straight forward. There.
Much favor, love be upon you all.
There you go. You gotta look into the camera. Straight ahead. There you go. There you go. Remember what I told you. You gotta look at the front camera, because you gotta use your eyes and look over to the side a little bit. It's all good. It's all good. We got Jules in the house. The anticipation. And Pamela Jean. And we got Lucky Smith, who says the Soul Tribe is prospering. I am prospering. We are all prospering. Thank you, Milky Way Soul Tribe. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Poyel. My gosh, that's great. That is great. And I'm glad everybody that can join us tonight, because by gosh, we're going to do this book again. As you can see, the Lost Book of King Og. We're going to pick up right where we left off the last time, and which is in a really good spot. Yes. And if you all have the chance to go and pick up this book, it's on eBay, it's on Amazon. It'll cost you about $20. And there comes everybody. Travis the Brick, Witchy Moon, Max G, Max Vision, Remote Viewing, and Elderberry. Thank you all for coming. We're going to have a great time tonight. We're going to get this book, more of this book read anyway, or at least a bunch of it. I hope you're all enjoying the spring weather as much as I am. Today we got up to 55 degrees. I can't believe it. It's just wonderful. I am so happy that spring weather is in the air. And I got to get my lights and stuff out. I got some new books in the mail the other day. I can't wait to share with everybody. We are going to be doing a show on Atlantis.
Awesome.
Tartaria and Atlantis. So be ready for that. And if anybody wants to come on and talk about Atlantis with me, you just come give me an email, send me an email, and we'll start talking about Atlantis, Tartaria and Atlantis. We are really into that stuff. I also got a new book from our favorite author that was on the show earlier, and this is his new book. I don't get anything out of this. I'm just helping him out because he came on the show, and I'm going to read this. And it's called Cemetery, A True UFO Adventures, Preston Dennett. You want to know more about it? Go over to his channel and check him out. Pamela Jean, great. Email me with that. I would love to hear any ideas you all have on Atlantis. It is one of those fascinating subjects I love so much. And if you really want to find out a lot, check out Jimmy from Bright Insight. Oh, he has so many good things on Atlantis and the Rikara circle in Africa. It's really cool. I like watching his stuff. But anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts on Atlantis. Max Vision, have you ever done a show on remote viewing Atlantis? That's a good one. Or talking about that. I also got this new cool book. Well, maybe we can find Atlantis with the Earth grids. So that's my thoughts.
Hey, Lucky.
And
I made a sigil today saying that.
Oh, yeah.
What you said up there, Lucky.
Nice. Well, good deal. What did he say? Oh, the prospering.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
We all prospering together.
That we are. That we are. Okay. Now, one last thing, and I think everybody knows who she is. Miss Amber Dawn. She has started a new channel, and I am going to post this in the links. Please, if you haven't already, go over to her new channel and subscribe to here. There we go. I am putting it in the link. Go over to that and subscribe to Amber Dawn Rising's new tarot card reading channel. She sent me an email. She's got a few subscribers. If you haven't done that, we have done. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm trying to read so much. And anyway, go over there and subscribe. I subscribe. ISBE, have you subscribed?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
3 times.
All right. So
I'm crazy.
Yes, Amber is awesome. I hope to get her on again someday soon. And he did Max Vision has done Atlantis. You've done the location, or next did you find the war between King Og and Nebuchadnezzar. Ooh, that was different. Yes, Lucky. Let's see. We did the Atlantis. We did the 100. We did. Oh, you did the 100,000 giant war. Oh, what was your results on that? That would have been that. That's cool. That is really cool. Yeah. So the book is real. See, so much for fiction. It's not fiction. Hey, Julie Stowe is in the house, and Lucky Smith says, I believe they found Atlantis in the African desert. That's what I was saying. It's called the Rithacrus structure, or I'm butchering that. Deborah Truax, I haven't seen you in a while, Deborah. Thank you for coming. It's nice. No, the viewing saw the boats and the waves of the water. Oh, waves of the water. Well, see, it was in water. Okay, that's awesome. Well, awesome. That just intrigues me. So I'm going to be doing some reading on that book. Tartaria. What's with Atlantis? Were the Atlanteans were part of the giants, and then they moved to Tartaria where they were giants? Is this whole thing connecting? I mean, it's an interconnecting weave, right?
I'm wondering about that myself.
Yeah.
The Atlanteans, from what Toth taught us, they had like a CERN, and they were opening up other dimensions and allowing these beings to fly through these portals. Well, maybe they were giants too, because like King Og here, he talks about all this mysticism stuff, as we will get into. So should we start reading? You got anything else you want to tell the Soul Tribe? I wanted to say hello to everybody. Max Vision's in the house. Pamela Jean, Jules, Max G, Julie Stroll, Elderberry, Lucky Smith, Deborah 2X. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you.
That's right.
So much. Favor be upon all of you.
Now, don't forget to go over to his new channel, ISBE Speaks, and sign up there, because I keep telling him that he's going to have to start doing some shows on his channel. And right, you're going to do some shows, right?
I'm working on setting it up, but I'm also studying a lot of other stuff. I got a lot of irons in the fires. That's
right. One of these days you're going to get me on, and we're going to do a little live show over there to get you started.
Oh yes.
Okay, awesome. Good
Andrew
deal.
Phillips is in the house now.
That's right. Andrew Phillips, thank you for coming. Okay. Well, where were we? I'm going to get this started up here. I'm going to find my spot. The Moon Child. Here we go. Right there. I am going to enlarge it. little bit. And so we can see it. And
Yeah, that's good there.
there we go. Everybody can see it, I hope, right? Okay.
Real nice on a 32 inch.
You want me to start reading? Or do you
If
want
you like.
Okay, the Moonchild. My teeth grind, my throat rumbles as I tell Anak the root of my hatred for Nimrod, with hope that the fruit will bear upward. Many years after the unspoken mistake, Ball of the Moon's sorceresses prophesied that Lessa would be with a Rephaim. And next page. Moonchild, Lessa, was past the years of childbearing and still afflicted by the wounds of Oglas, the inheritor's birth. That's her son, Og's son, if you don't remember from the last time. Okay,
Yes.
Agius. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. Okay, you're up. 53.
The thesis, Lesta mocked and ridiculed the sorcerers to scorn for the prophecy. The priestess warned Lesta not to mock Ball of the Moon.
After I'm worn and waxed old, and my Og is old too, we will have delight, she teased.
Hey, Robert, is there any way you can slide them screens to the other side?
What do you mean? Slide.
They're covering up the other side. They're covering up the back part of the print.
I don't understand. Covering up the back part of the print.
Yeah, the end of the sentences.
Oh, you mean where our picture is?
Mm-hmm.
You can move that picture around, you know.
Oh, can
you gotta? Yes, go click on it like you're gonna, like the top part of it. Click and hold and move it. Move it. Yes.
Great. I didn't know I could move it. I thought you had to move.
No. You can move it around. That's your screen.
Right.
All right.
I'm learning.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's what this is all about. You learn how to do this, post it on your channel, and then pretty soon you'll be a professional YouTuber. No problem. No time at all. Okay, you're up. Number 56. Or no, yeah, no.
The last of the
Rephaim 50. Okay, go ahead.
How am I the last of the Rephaim females bearing a child of the moon? She mocked.
In Lesla's anger, she removed herself from the place of the worship to her forest, resided there until the end of her days.
The sacrifices continued, and the sorceresses then prophesied, saying, Baal will bring Og's history forth. The moon child of Og will be Baal's legacy, and the unspoken mistake has killed its thousands, and the moon child will restore tens of thousands.
The moon child was Baal of the Moon's most fertile gift to prolong the Rephaim and the Nephilim species. The most fertile gift required heavy sacrifice. For 7 months under the moon, the drums were beaten, which shook the firmament of the land. We slaughtered and sacrificed innumerable small self infants and males in high places. The undrunk blood rolled through the block stone channels to the lower earth. The burnt offerings of the smaller selves, the infants and males, smoldered and darkened the skies. You're up.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking, I don't think I'd want to have been alive back then as a male.
They would have sacrificed you right away.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been around very long.
Nope.
You got to wonder, you know, about these soul contract things. You know, who's going to do a soul contract just get eaten right after you're born?
It's all in the fun of the game, I guess. You always hope that you're not going to get the sacrifice. Okay, you're up. Number 62.
For 7 months, we seared the flesh of the smaller cells for the moon child in sacrifice. We ate the flesh and drank the blood in the sight of Baal of the moon. We never doubted. When the seventh moon had passed, Lesta had grown heavy with Moonchild. She then went into labor, toiling with the Moonchild for many days. The sorceresses flayed themselves mightily before Baal of the moon. Many died. I just read two of them, didn't I?
No, that's all right. You read the whole paragraph. Okay. Keep reading. You got a little bit more on the 7th. This is yours too.
Oh, Lesta did not heal. Oh, the moon child was the last Raphael female Rephaim was born. Lesta did not heal and soon turned stiff. I Og laid myself out before Baal of the moon's altar for 2 days pleading. On the third day, Lesta died. With Queen Lesta's death, Baal of the moon's promise had both depleted and blessed the Rephaim. In mourning Lesta, I celebrated the birth Moonchild.
Wow.
Now, how did she die? And then they celebrate the birth of the Moonchild the next morning.
Well, the thing is, the Moonchild was, the promise of rebirth of the whole world, their species and everything, And if you didn't have that, I guess if you're saying you're going to sacrifice one life to gain the rest of the world, or save your species, I guess that's a small price to pay. The price of, isn't that a Star Trek one? The price of the one outweighs, or the price of the many outweigh the price of the one, or the weight of the one, or something like that. And I know you Star Trek fans out there kicking my ass because I don't know exactly.
The many outweigh the needs of the one.
That's right. There you go. I'm not buff on my Star Trek tonight.
I watched every one of them.
Yeah. Linda Brooks is in the house. Hey,
Hi, Linda, how you doing?
She's all right. By gosh, I was talking with David Null, Linda Brooks, and I was hoping maybe that you could come on. Give me a thumbs up or something. If you'd want to come on our Native American Myths and Legends show next week. So give me a holler about that. Okay. Anyway, we got to get back to our thing. I just wanted to shout that out. So, and there we go. Okay, this is me. The second false prophecy. At this time, Mot spoke through Nimrod's sorceresses, telling them that the suitor for the Moonchild was in Nimrod's kingdom. This was another false prophecy that ended the species of the giants. Okay, you're up.
I Og mourned the loss of Lesta, Nimrod and his military. I gotta move my window again. Leaders traveled to visit the kingdom of Og to view the Moonchild. Nimrod, the circumcised, then spoke to the giants of Og's kingdom and spoke of the prophecy of Mot. Nimrod requested that the Moonchild be raised in Mot's temple in his Nephilim kingdom. When Nimrod spoke, darkness of Baal's spirit and truth was in the air. Nimrod told us all the Moonchild's purpose would be to breed in Mot's procreation harvest. Oh man. I Og disagreed, and my military removed Nimrod, his circumcised military leaders, from Og's kingdom.
I guess they got the message,
funny,
didn't they? Yeah. Well, the thing is it was his child You think he's just going to give it up after his wife died? And, what were they
No.
thinking? No, of course he's
Yeah,
not.
I understand all right there,
Oh, heck yeah.
but he did what, any good father would do.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Okay. The moon child is wounded. Early in the moon child's life, at the time of celebration and feasting, spies made their way to the moon child's chambers to steal her for the purpose of Nimrod. When found, the spies' great violence and destructive rage did not know that the moon child was among them. In combat, the moon child was wounded almost unto death. Okay, you're up.
In the center hall, the remaining spies stood, and the army of Og stood aside. As Og attacked with hip and thigh, bare hands.
Sorry, I gotta shrink it down. Go ahead.
And killing them all with no weapons, slew 30 giants with my fist, as I tore and ripped into the giants. I learned of their circumcision. I learned from their bloody corpses that they were from the circumcised kingdom of Nimrod. Oh
boy,
so
oh boy.
Spies he killed them spies, and he figured out they were circumcised.
Yeah,
That's
with
a
his
good way to tell.
bare
That would have
hands.
been a good way to tell, who was spies and who was done.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay, the false prophecy of Mot and the treachery of Nimrod begot that seed that soon grew to become the 100,000 giant war. There you go.
For this and more, I hate Nimrod with all of the hatred I have in my intact loins. His circumcised offenses against the moon child and the kingdom of Og demanded a whole membered response. The tales of how I, Og, got my terrible hands upon Nimrod the circumcised. Now I broke him into glistening wet entrails and pieces. How I, Og, allowed my son Ogius to participate in the killing of Nimrod the circumcised. Has that tale not been told to Anzel, the slayer of the smaller cells before Baal? Wow.
Well, he was mad, I tell you that.
Oh man, he cut them open.
Yes, yes,
and pulled their guts out of them
with his bare hands. Okay, here we go. The Lost Book of King Og, Chapter 2b, The Prophecy of King Og. Introduction by Anna, Keeper of the Bodies. It is known that as Moonchild lay close to death in the temple of Baal of the moon, King Og then clothed himself with a long white robe with a golden sash across his chest. He refused food and drink and chained his arms by the rings within the temple of Baal of the moon. In his right hand he held Og hung upon chains while standing for 7 days until the death of the Moonchild. Only the smaller selves, the sorceresses, and I, Ankh, keeper of the bodies, attended to him.
Whoa.
You're up.
In his trance, Og's 7 braids fell about his head, and his eyes darkened and turned inward. The temple of Baal of the moon was closed as Og hung upon chains before Baal and pleaded for the life of the Moonchild. So when the elders of the Rephaim went to the temple of Baal of the moon, to rid Og of his chains, they were refused. He would not be freed, nor would he eat food with them.
On the third day of Og's hanging silence in the temple of Baal of the moon, he raised his head and spoke the prophecy. On the third day, Og's hair turned as white as wool. His eyes became clear as a flame of fire. His body glowed dimly as burnished bronze. His face became as the sun shining full force. His voice became as the sounds of the great waters to come. I, keeper of the bodies, did both observe and transcribe the prophetic words of King Og at this time. This is Og's prophecy that pitted the Rephaim against the Nephilim in the 100,000 giant war, as transcribed by Ankh. Now, you know what? When he's chained there, I read books about, or things about people being punished, right? And when they get punished or tortured to get people to, go crazy or, whatever, they cut out their food, they hang them up. That's a huge form of torture. Making somebody stand, with your arms up in the air like that will make you go insane. So
it also makes it hard for you to breathe.
Well, that too. So yeah, and he was literally trying to get himself to go crazy or something. I don't know, but that doesn't sound so good. But anyway, go ahead. You're up. You're up.
That kind of sounds self-defeating there, doesn't it? I mean, if he had died from that, then his son, Nimrod might have come and took his son.
Yeah. Well, his son was grown by that time, remember? His son was a full-grown giant by then.
All right. But Nimrod might have come and took the moon child.
Yeah.
If he died.
Yeah.
Okay, so I start out first.
Yep, you're up. You're up.
I'll read 9 and 10. Do not be afraid, for I am Baal of the earth, the first and the last. I am the living one. I am alive forever and ever. I, Baal of the earth, know of your works, your toils, and patient endurance with the abomination. I know that you cannot tolerate the circumcision. I know that you have tested Rephaim that claim to be whole membered and found some to be false. So they must have been pretty closely related. Well,
yes.
Nimrod and Og were brothers in some way anyways. All right?
Yeah. Well, the only way you could tell giants apart from giants is the circumcision then, because obviously the ones that were circumcised, he couldn't tell those from the other ones, right?
Well, there was no difference between Rephaim and the Nephilim.
That's right, except that they were circumcised.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, how weird.
So that's not species then, that's race.
Yeah, that's race, yeah. You're all the same. If you're all the same, that it'd be like, yeah, so that just tells. See, we get lots of hints and clues from here. There's lots of golden nuggets in this book.
I'm thinking it's kind of like difference between being Australian and American.
Pretty much, yeah. Unless you start talking, nobody's gonna know.
Yeah. And spies are good at talking the local dialect.
That's right. Okay, I'll start. I'll do 12 and 13 all the way to the end. Okay, it is your credit that you hate Nimrod, whom I also hate. I, Baal of the earth, know of your affliction and of the moon child. I know that the slander of the circumcised is spoken against you. Do not fear for the war that you are about to suffer. Be faithful to Baal of the earth and harbor circumcision until your death, and I will give you rewards. Let he who has ears listen to what Baal of the earth has to say throughout his servant Og. Okay, you're up.
Grab the right mouse, sir.
There you go.
Okay, I saw the moon child clothed with sun and the moon at her feet. On her head was the crown of the Rephaim. She was pregnant and crying out in birth pangs, in the agony of giving birth. When the great circumcised dragon, then the great circumcised dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns appeared before the moon child. The dragon stood before the moon child, ready to devour the new Rephaim as soon as it was born. And the moon child gave birth to a son, a male child, who was to rule all of the giant nations with a rod of iron. But the moon child's son was snatched from her and eaten by the dragon. And the moon child went into the wilderness to die, a victim of the circumcised. Wow.
For the sins against the moon child are heaped high to heaven, and Ball of the Moon will not forgive the iniquity of her death. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So where did this dragon come from? And it just makes me wonder who the dragon was. Why?
Well, you know what? Mud Fossil's got a video where he's showing, and it looks kind of like a dragon.
Yeah.
Up on the north coast of Africa, and this thing's hundreds of miles long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, there you go, it only had 1 head though.
Yeah.
I remember I used to play Gauntlet years ago at that old Nintendo game. And
yeah,
I got all the way to that room 100, and there was like a 5-headed dragon there to fight rather than win the game.
Huh. Yeah, well, see, and that's the thing too. I think there's some significance in that the 7 heads of the dragon. Now dragon, I don't know, maybe somebody wants to research that a little bit, but the 7 heads, to me, it tells me that there's some significance into that 7 heads business. Okay, I'll continue on here and then I'll let you do 21. Render unto the moon child as she herself has rendered. Repay her land double for your circumcised deeds of destruction. This uncircumcised will mix a cup for the moon child, a double draught to pour out in remembrance of her. Okay, you're up.
For in the moon child's heart she was a queen, and she will never see grief. Therefore the plagues of Baal and Mot will come to Nimrod in a single day. Pestilence, mourning, and famine for the circumcised, for the moon child was killed by Nimrod, and the hour of his judgment has come. I thought Nimrod was already dead.
No. He keeps talking about past tense. That's where it gets a little confusing, because King Og keeps talking about, when I pulled his entrails out, when I slew Nimrod, but that's in the future. That's in the future. This is the story leading up.
Like Ovid.
Yeah, it's the story. This is the story leading up, and he keeps having flashbacks, like, after I killed Nimrod, But anyway, okay. Do not be afraid, for I am Ball of the Moon. I will avenge the moon child, and I will deliver Nimrod into your hands. To the circumcised, I know where you are living, where Nimrod's throne is, yet you hold fast to your irreversible circumcision. You stupid giants, hold to the teachings of Nimrod, who through circumcision has placed a stumbling block before you all, or all of you. You circumcised will throw dust upon your heads. You circumcised will weep and mourn as you are tied to trees for the beast and the carrion to consume, meaning birds, I think. or bugs, birds or bugs, for you have laid waste to the moon child. Ball of the moon rises in judgment for her. A star from the sky upon you, O circumcised Nephilim, with such violence, Nimrod's great cities will be thrown down. The sounds of harpists and minstrels and flutists and trumpeters will be heard in Nimrod's land no more. Artisans of any trade will be found in Nimrod's land no more. The light of lamps will be found in Nimrod's land no longer. For Nimrod and his entire nation were deceived by great sorcery, and all of his prophets will be slaughtered by servants of Baal of the moon for the loss of the moon child.
Wow.
Okay, you're up.
Behold the words of Baal the sun. I hold this against the Rephaim, that you tolerate giant Nimrod, who calls himself a great hunter and is teaching and beguiling the Rephaim to practice.
Just a second. Okay, go ahead.
Circumcision and not to sacrifice the smaller selves. I gave him time to repent, but Nimrod refuses to repent of his circumcision. Beware, I am throwing Nimrod on a bed, and those that practice circumcision with him, I am sending my servant Og to bring them to great distress.
Og will strike down Nimrod circumcised with death. All of the land will know that Baal of the sun does not respect the circumcised. You're up.
To Og, I will give authority over the nations and people, to rule them with iron rod, as when the clay pots are shattered. I, Baal of the sun, will give Og the morning star. Wow.
You know, this is the thing. They're talking about all these deals, and they got they're all against, well, of course, they picked the two sides. But here's this Baal character, and he's in their heads, and he's, trying to sway them into doing things. You know what I mean? Like, here, you go ahead and start a war. Basically, hey, we're gonna fight you against each other. Lindenberg said, probably like the shore, oh, the dragon and Nostradamus. Yeah, I never thought about that. Anyway, so then the thing is that you have this interaction with these two giants who were, like you said, you couldn't tell them apart. Probably they already said, they gave us that clue. You couldn't tell the giants apart except for their circumcised members, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, well, here we go. You're up. 33.
Look, before you, I have set an open door, which no one is able to shut, a door of victory over the circumcised. I will keep you to hold fast to what you have, so that no circumcised may seize the crown of Og. I will make Og a pillar in the temple of Baal of the sun. Now, he was Baal of the moon too.
Yeah.
And didn't it refer to him as Baal of the earth one time?
Yep, Baal of the earth, Baal of the moon, and Baal of the sun. Is there? Oh, there you go. There's a trinity.
Yeah.
Everything's always a
trinity right there.
There's the three. It's always the three: the sun, the moon, and the earth.
Everything based off of trees.
Yes. Ain't that something? We discovered something new. Okay, I'm doing 35 here. And I, Baal of the sun, call for the 100,000 giant war, where the circumcised will finally be eradicated. I, Baal of the sun, that sits in the throne that looks like jasper and Carlion. All around my throne is the emerald floor, and my 24 servants are wearing golden crowns and white robes. Coming from all of our thrones will be flashes of lightning, and rumblings and pearls of thunder. And under this there will be a multitude of Rephaim from all tribes and people and languages, standing before Baal of the sun with palm tree fronds in their hands, screaming in a loud voice, "Victory belongs to the uncircumcised who are seated in the kingdom of Og. Let there be blessings and glory and wisdom and honor and power and might to Baal of the sun forever and ever."
Wow. Sound like a Christian prayer almost.
I don't know. They had to get it from somewhere.
Yeah. These are the Rephaim that fight the great war against circumcision. They have not spilled the blood of their members for Nimrod. For this reason, the Rephaim are before the thrones of Baal of the sun and his 24 servants, 24 elders, who worship him day.
I turn the page.
It's going to be night and night. In his temple, the Rephaim will hunger no more and thirst no more, and the sun will not strike them, nor any of its scorching heat, for Baal the sun has spoken.
Ooh, this is getting deep. Ball of the stars and the celestial bodies. Behold, it is I, ball of the stars. So now you got another one. There's this fourth one. Ball of the stars and the celestial bodies, with my 4 guardians standing in the corners of the great land. The guardians that hold back the winds so that no wind will blow against any temple of Baal or against the uncircumcised. Yet I, ball of the stars and celestial bodies, called to my guardians who are empowered to damage the great land and the seas until the circumcised have been riddled from the great land. Ridded. That's it. Ridded from the great land. You don't see those words very often, and then it gets like, what are you talking about? Sorry. Go ahead. 43 is yours.
Prepare circumcised followers of Nimrod to have your stomachs to turn sour. Just a minute. I was going to say that I think Baal for them means infinite creator.
That could be.
You know?
I agree. I'm getting to think that too.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that too.
It was a name for infinite creator. Prepare for your spittle to dry in your mouth. Prepare for your skin to be tight from the lack of water. Prepare to be unable to bathe. Prepare your terrible beast to die of thirst. For I, Baal the stars and the celestial bodies have left your circumcised land.
Let there be silence in the heavens for more than an hour. For Baal of the stars and celestial bodies has a message for the Rephaim. After the silence, Baal of the stars and celestial bodies will throw his censer filled with fire to earth, and there will be peals of thunder, rumblings, flashes of lightning, and earthquakes. There will be hail and fire mixed with blood as the circumcised are dashed to the earth. A third of Nimrod's kingdom will be burned, and a third of his trees burned, and all of the green grass in his land.
All the stars and celestial bodies will drop a great star from heaven, blazing like a torch upon Nimrod, his circumcised, to fill him in his rivers. That sounds like a meteor.
Yeah, it does.
the name of the star is uncircumcised worm. Wormwood?
Wormwood. There you go.
And Nimrod's water have become bitter as with the blood of a corpse, and many of his circumcised Nephilim will die from it. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a meteor's coming. And it is the meteor's gonna come and strike them all down. And you know, gee, doesn't this remind you of something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of oh, what's that one where something comes and destroys that town, and Lot is that story from the Bible. What was it?
Yeah. Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yes, Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, striking the town, and it was destroyed completely, and nobody survived. But Lot and his family got out, and his wife turned to salt because she turned back. You know, remember that? So that was a little wise tale. But then again, they could have been talking about something like this. You know, and that could have been one of Nimrod's cities. You never know. Okay.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that couldn't even been, you know, when the dinosaurs were here.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably
the dragon.
Probably a story upon a story, you know, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, could this have all been taking place millions of years ago?
It could have been. It could have. And then here's the funny part. You know, if these gods in the sky, like Ball of the Moon, the stars, and the earth, and whatever, if those were different entities, for instance, or aliens of some sort or whatever that were controlling the people or the giants upon the earth, you know, who's to say that once they got rid of the giants, they didn't stop. They just started being the gods of the little people then. And then they dropped meteors on them when they didn't like them or made big floods when they didn't like them too, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, at the end of this book, you know, after the war, with the giants, there's a flood. Yeah.
That's the flood, exactly.
And let's see, Og tells Noah how to build a boat.
Yeah, and then eventually, because Og he survives the flood. So because what was it? Moses kills him off in the Bible. So there you go. That's how we know Og is a real, you know, he continues on. Okay, I'll start on this one here. On that day, Ball of the stars into celestial bodies will strike a third of the sun and a third of the moon and a third of all stars, so that a third of Nimrod's light is darkened. Woe to the inhabitants of Nimrod's circumcised land. They shall be plunged into darkness, where the Nephilim will gnaw at their own tongues in agony, and they will be covered with pain and sores. Nimrod's great city will be split into 3 parts by an earthquake. The wrath of Baal of the stars and the celestial bodies will be poured out upon Nimrod and his kingdom, and a wine cup of fury of his wrath will be splashed about, and all of Nimrod's land will sink, and no mountains will be found, and huge hailstones weighing as large hillsides will be dropped from the celestial bodies upon the circumcised, until they curse Baal of the stars and the celestial bodies because of their corrupted members.
Well, that sounds like comets there.
Yeah, it does. A lot of meteors falling. A lot of them.
Eyeball of stars and celestial bodies will then drop a star upon the great land that will fall through the earth and into the bottomless pit, and the shaft of the pit will be opened, and smoke will rise like that of a great furnace from the center of the earth. For Baal of the stars and celestial bodies will release Mot from the underworld.
Sounds like a volcano.
The super volcano.
Yeah, exactly. Mot. Behold the words of Mot, and behold the locusts that I will bring upon the land of Nimrod. Behold the uncontrollable scorpions that I will release upon the circumcised. The scorpions that damage the remaining grass and trees in Nimrod's land. The scorpions that will destroy all except those who have not carved their members in the rites of circumcision. Those that are circumcised shall be tortured and killed. Their torture will be the stings of scorpions. The circumcised will seek death and not find it until Og delivers it to them.
I will make Nimrod's land a drilling place of demons, a hunt of every foul spirit, a hunt of every foul bird, a hunt of every foul and hateful beast. This is to come along with more.
Behold the plagues that I, Mott, will bring upon the circumcised. You know, here's the thing. You know, you got Ball and you got Mott. See, now you got two characters there, two of them. And see, this is where I just don't understand. Okay. I forgot what I was reading. Okay, from the underworld, locusts as large as horses, with Rephaim faces, hair like women's hair, and teeth like lions' teeth, with armored scales and wings and stingers on their tails for the uncircumcised Rephaim to command. For I, Mott, stand over the bottomless pit of the underworld. I will empower the uncircumcised to kill 1/3 of the circumcised inhabitants of Nimrod's land. I will empower them to kill the circumcised while riding beasts that breathe smoke, as the Rephaim warriors wear breastplates the color of fire, sapphire, and sulfur.
Whoa. Sapphire and sulfur.
Sapphire is red and sulfur is like, what is sulfur? White? Red and white?
Usually yellow, I think.
Or yellow? Okay. Well, yellow, red.
That's what I remember it.
Yellow. Okay. So sapphire is red, red and yellow. Okay.
The rest of the giants of the great land who remain undecided concerning the act of carving their members will face me as I rise from the underworld. I know your works. You are neither circumcised or you are not. You are, sound like it should be, you are either circumcised or you are not.
Yeah.
You are lukewarm in regards to the governing of your members. You remember today, Wayne Steiger was talking about lukewarm.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will spit upon you while wrapped in smoke, with the dark color of oily water above my head. My face will be as the sun, and my legs as the pillars of fire, as pillars of fire. I will raise my right hand to the sky and swear by the underworld that there will be no delay in the death of the circumcised. Well, and they still never killed us.
Yeah.
You know, we're
Yeah.
still around.
That's right. Okay. The circumcised will say, I am rich, I have prospered, and I need nothing. Yet you fools will not realize that you are circumcised, wretched, pitiable, poor, blind, and naked. Therefore, I counsel you that you never cut your foreskin, that you may be rich and robed of purple, clothed you. Behold, my servant Og stands at your uncircumcised door and knocks. If you heed his voice and open the door and remain uncircumcised, the kingdom of the Rephaim will enter into your home and eat you, or eat with you, or eat you either way. Let anyone who has an ear listen to what Mott has to say to the circumcised and the uncircumcised alike.
So spoke the prophet Og while chained to the bracelets of the temple of Baal of the earth. I warn every giant that hears the words of prophecy from King Og. If anyone adds to them, Baal of the earth will add to that giant the plagues described in this prophecy. If anyone takes away from the words that are in King Og's prophecy, Baal of the earth shall take away the giant share of the whole of the great land that will belong to Og. Thus,
I'm getting there.
that sounded a lot like it's what it says in the Bible.
Yeah, it does.
Is that the new one?
Thus say Ankh, keeper of the bodies before Baal. Okay, so all of that what we were talking about has all come from Ankh, who's writing this down as, you know, so here's King Og, and he's tied up there with his chains for 7 days. Imagine this in your mind. His hair is turning white, snow white, remember? Or smoke white. And he's saying, well, of course, he's pissed off. He's out of his mind, you know, and he's talking to the spirits, Baal and Mot.
When you go into trances like that, where, you know, if you're starving, you know, you can go into those, you know, connect with the higher selves and stuff, you know, other spirits.
Yeah.
Hallucinate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Linda Brooks is good. See, we got such smart people. They changed the kind of an ancient. Oh, they're trace the cycle. Oh, okay. Max says, I like the 3 days and change, very repetitive in ancient stories as a reference to Odin, Christ, and the cycle of the pineal gland. Nice. Yeah, okay. The morning star is Lucifer and Jesus. So they are going to give away the morning star. Let's see. Yeah, it's a battle of royal families. Not a key in the Draco, but only these are the giants. So anyway, it's a war. The children too may have been there's debris of the planet. Yeah, they were destroying a planet coming to Earth after killing Tiamat. That might have been, that would have been right around that same time, you know. Oh, I gotta quit moving. I was doing one thing and not the other. Sounds like the boys were fighting over land and species. Remember, yeah, the branding of followers, it said, yeah, the thing is they were, because remember, they were starving, the animals were gone, they were going to the seas to kill the giant serpents for food, and the trees were dying, the land was dying, and so yeah, all of this.
Yeah, and they started eating the smaller cells like crazy.
Yeah.
I just wonder how many, you know, you got a giant that's 50 foot tall, you know, how many smaller cells would it take our size?
Fill them up? We'd just be snacks, man. We'd just be snacks.
Yeah.
It'd be like, ooh, this is a wiggly one. That was a good one. That was a little crunchy. Here's a fat one. Here's a fat one. Oh. You know?
Yeah.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay.
Now, we got about what time is it?
Oh yeah. What time is it? It is, it's on 10 o'clock. Okay. Oh, I guess I ain't gonna do no more. I was gonna do,
I thought we stopped. And what page was that?
Oh shoot, this is what page was that? Hang on. Where did I have that? I had that up somewhere.
Up a little ahead, you know, through the week until next week, you know.
Yeah.
And,
where am I?
Hey, Delaney, good to see you.
Okay, share.
Good to see all of you.
27. Okay, we're on page 27, The Death of the Moonchild, number 69. That's where we're going to stop. Death of the Moonchild, page 27. We'll pick up on that next time and next week. And there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's on at 9 o'clock? Who's on at 11 o'clock tonight or 9 o'clock?
Well, I think Scotty Roberts has a show right now. And don't forget to check out Nina's new show tomorrow. I think it's just before A7 comes on. She's got a question and answer show. It's going to be a lot of fun. She's going to do the pendulum and things. So go out there and check out Nina. She's always doing good things.
And do a live for a few minutes and read a little bit out of that Ovid.
Oh, yeah. Go right ahead. Yeah. People pick up on it.
Welcome to come and join me.
Oh, yeah. Delaney Pearl Jones is going to be on Saturday night. So don't forget to check us out on Saturday night, 9 o'clock, same as usual. Milky Way Soul Tribe is welcoming Delaney Pearl Jones. And she says, I'm going to be pulling cards and runes on Saturday for the Soul Tribe.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is really awesome. I got a bunch of videos. We're going to try to share some stuff. And it's going to be great. I hope you all can come. And then you remember, right after our show, then go over to Max Vision. He usually has a show on Saturday night. He does great work over there, proves your mind. Remote viewing's the way to go. You know, I want to hear, Max, I want to hear more about the Atlantis thing, or maybe we could do something on that. I don't know, but it's going to be fun. Either way.
I appreciate everybody showing up tonight to see this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gotta give this thumbs up. I'm gonna post this over on my site too. So
you do that. You do that. and people go over there, give him a thumbs up, and go subscribe to ISBE Speaks. He's gonna do some stuff eventually over there and have some lives and maybe read some cards. You got cards and read some things out of. What's that book you want to read out of?
I got Ovid right now, but I've also got some other things that is really interesting. I was thinking about reading.
Okay.
So, you know, I got a bunch of stuff.
Exactly. Tell them what you like to do. You know, that's what it's all about. Just get on there, do your thing, tell them what's going on, and tell them about that tax thing, you know, where you know that what's that 1099 or
1099As.
Yes. And maybe there'll be people out there who'll be able to help you too. You know, that's what it's always good when people can get together and share those ideas where you may be blocked. Somebody else may come in and say, you know what you need to do, and they'll send you a nice email and point you in a better direction sometimes.
Good idea. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, because that's, hey, you know how many emails I get from people who say, hey, this would be great. I'd love to hear about this. And I go, light clicks on my head and I go, yeah, I want to hear about this. And Linda Brooks, thank you. Thank you for Witchy Moon. Thank you. Max Vision, thanks for coming on. And being a part of all this. Jules, I hope you guys all enjoy. Let's see, Max G, Delaney Pearl Jones, Lucky Smith. Sulfur is like fluorescent yellow. That's it. So it's red and fluorescent yellow. Thank you very much. Okay, all is good. We got to go. There'll be Johnny on Fridays too. Okay, so
I sure appreciate everyone. I love you all. Much favor always be upon you. Prosperity, all of us together.
And that is right. And with that, remember, everybody, be the frequency you want to receive. I love you all. Peace, everybody. There we go.